Poison Ivy, issue 4, G. Willow Wilson writing with Marcio Takara on the art. Matt, what you got?
Okay, so I had to get caught up, so I read issue 3. Issue 3, Pam meets this lady, and they end up hitting it off because she's a gardener, and it starts to make Pam kind of question her motive of like infecting everybody with this fungus spore. But of course, they're still bad in the world, and she's still going to go through with it. This issue starts with her going to like a job interview where she's, there's a typical middle management type dude interviewing her and basically telling her that this job is your life. We're all about efficiency. There's no, there's no breaks, no sitting down. If you're gonna pee, do it into a bottle. If you're gonna do the other thing, do it at home. And it's all just very like not good working conditions. And she ends up getting the job. She accepts it, and she ends up with these coworkers, and they're all kind of scared to not hold up their end of the deal because of they need this job. Pam sees it through the hallucinations that she's having through this fungus that's affecting her as just kind of like an endless nothing. And so we find out that she is going to use working, because they're dealing with like a lot of mailing packages, that she's going to put the spores in these packages and mail them across the country. And that's how she's going to, spread the fungus. She sees the middle management guy get a little bit too touchy with the girl that she works with. And she starts questioning the employees, and they're like, oh yeah, he does this all the time. The last person to speak up, lost their job. And so Jeslyn, who's the girl that she's, befriended, she's like, no, I'm going to go deal with this. So she goes to talk to the dude, kicks the door in, knocks him down, and says basically like, you're going to, I just infected you with this deadly spore. You're not going to be alive in a couple hours. So in that time, you're going to, make these workers' lives better. Through all of this, Takara's art goes from like very clean and kind of bouncy lines to when like the infections and stuff happen, it gets super chaotic. And like when he, when she knocks him down and infects him with it, he asks her to use some kind of monster, and she goes, there's only one monster in this room, George. He goes, and it's you. But when he looks up at her, she was like this crazy looking nightmare plant creature. But he ends up, giving kind of everybody what they want, and she goes back and lets them know like, oh, you're not gonna have to worry about him anymore. And then the girl Jeslyn, turns around and kisses her, and her and Ivy go off together. And, they end up going back to a room and, hooking up. But as Pam's doing this, it looks like you're reading from her journal. And, she says that this reminded her of you. And you turn the page, and there's like the specter of Harley Quinn. And, she starts, basically talking to Harley through this journal, that she blamed her for things that weren't her fault, that she was just looking out for her, and that she loves her, and that she's sorry that she's doing this. And now she's having second doubts that like, I've seen kind of that there's other ways to go about this. I don't have to end humanity to save the planet. I just have to get in and change things from the inside. And that she's decided that she wants to live. So she's laying in bed next to Jeslyn. She springs up, and there's a green creature standing over her, and she says the green man's found her. And now she knows that these aren't just hallucinations. Someone is actively trying to stop her. Now, is this Swamp Thing? Is it Woodrue? Is it someone new? We don't know, but he says the green man, the thing that comes after her, says the green man knows everything, Pamela. And she destroys it. And tells Jeslyn it's better if you never forgot, if you never met me. She gets in her van and says that she's coming after him. Thoroughly enjoying this book. It's a little bit because we know from the solicits that there's going to be more issues. The pacing definitely feels off because these feel like kind of not one shots, but like instead of a one cohesive story, they feel like little vignettes of Pam's journey. To now, it almost feels like there's a structure now that she's going to face off with the Green Man. But so through the first four were basically her interactions with humanity and learning things about them different, and making her almost question herself because she's back to being, the human Pamela with, flourishes of the green. Takar's art I can't get over enough because it's really fantastic. The colors pop, it going from this, bouncy, round, clean lines to like this chaotic, hallucinogenic type vibes is super cool. But yeah, I'm gonna give this an 8.